So there's a second part of the Grand Prix attack. So if you look this kind of position in the informant on the chess encyclopedia, so that just I would like to draw your attention that usually the Grand Prix attack is just has a connection with the f4 move. However, as we know that after f4 black is having quite dangerous d5 counter-attacking move suggested by Michael Tal. So for avoiding all this complication with a d7 d5, we just start with knight c3, looking for more control over the d5 square, allowing black to set, I would say, control over the d4 square in our camp. However, after knight c6, so white, instead of going for the close Sicilian with g2 g3, is playing f4. So you have to look for the Grand Prix attacks this moves order, which is the best according to today's theory. g6, knight f3, and bishop g7. First of all, I would like to tell you that even according to today's theory, there is no much problem here for black in such a situation. And in my previous lecture, I considered quite seriously the move bishop c4, trying to set an immediate target on black's position on the pawn on f7. So many of the players from the black side not always choosing this g6 and bishop g7, the development of the bishop to the long diagonal. So let's say in such a situation, black even can start with e6 and after knight f3 to play d5. However, white could move his bishop on b5, and according to the latest theory, the white's position is slightly better. So back to the main line. g6, knight f3, bishop g7, bishop c4, and here e6, f4, f5. So this is the main line, and we were just covering the previous lecture. Black main responses, the most natural responses, with e takes f5, and after d3, white is just having very strong initiative for the sacrifice pawn. Even after g takes f5, I got few questions about this position because it's not so clear what exactly the compensation white has for the pawn. Indeed, after d3, knight to e7, and now white has opportunity to play bishop g5, even preventing black from playing d5. So white is just keeping huge initiative for the sacrificed pawn, and I would not recommend you to go for this position even black is having here pawn up. So you would say, if f5 is so good, why not the players like Topalov or Carlsen are not playing such dangerous line? So why this is not so easy winning line for white? The problem is that after f4, f5, black is not accepting the pawn. Black is not accepting the pawn. Black is playing knight to e7. So the chess is not a checkers. Black, instead of capturing the pawn, just continued developing his pieces on the best squares. Once again, black is taking more control over the d5 square, and in the all examples I looked at from the game of the top players like Kramnik and Sergei Tivyakov and Anand and even Kasparov. So after knight g to e7, black is just solving all his opening problems without just difficulties. So let's look at the game played in Frankfurt simultaneous exhibition. Vladimir Kramnik played in 1996, one of the strongest chess players. Played with black pieces against Ferdinand Neblin. So in that time, Kramnik